games today we're playing, but you seem fine. Is there a sound? Okay. Use headphones for best. Okay. It's based on a true story. Surrounding visible. This isn't fair. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Why can't I find some answers? Chapter 1. But that's really loud. Okay, maybe we need to turn the sound off. You're woken in your bedroom. The sun is shining in through the window. It's just another Monday. Your computer is sitting beside you on your bed, still open to the pause screen from the night before. You must have fallen asleep watching the new season of Super Space Sailors, a documentary on genes and cloning, a performance by Yo-Yo Ma. They got season. The plot has been lagging since Captain something of the Defense Squad, Global Defense Squad, bit the last dust last season. But you never thought you would actually fall asleep during an episode. You rub some of the sleep from your eyes and head downstairs before you even later than you already are. Good morning, sweetie. If you had slept any longer, I would have left you to feed yourself. But since I have some time to spare before heading off to work, what would you like for breakfast? Ooh, okay. Fried rice, Johnny cakes, or bacon and eggs. Personally, myself, I prefer bacon and eggs. Excuse me, Ray Kim, aren't you forgetting something? Please, would you do me the absolute honor of preparing me breakfast, dearest mom? Oh no. Okay, save it to the dramatic later for the dinner. But thank you. Well, mom prepares breakfast. You pack your lunch for the day. Looks like there's only option of a leftover taki. Yum, maybe not. Which one should I pick? Really, I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna pick. I never ate school lunch before, so I'm gonna pick, a lunch. Mom sets your bacon and eggs on the table, and you shovel it down before heading out the door for school. You arrive at school in record time. Was it breakfast that made you the difference? Mom always was a killer chef, and bacon and eggs had never failed you. You're lost in thought and head towards your locker when you spot the only one. Sadie! Inspired by my complaint about school. Discuss the latest episode. I think I'll discuss the latest episode. You start to ask if she has been seeing the latest episode, but achoo! Sorry, hope I'm not coming down with anything. Hey, I love you, but keep your distance, okay? I got creative writing this afternoon, and if I don't finish my draft by Friday, my teacher's going to behead me. I'm Mevit Singh. Are you sure you don't want a big old hug? She ran. Sadie screeches, and sprints down the hall, much to the annoyance of the hall monitor nearly. You chuckle to yourself and head off to your first class of the day. Home sweet home. Mom and Dad won't be back from work for a couple of hours. There's a lot to get done. I hate soccer. I'm not really a fan of playing instruments. So I guess I do homework. Mandatory good marks doesn't come without effort. I think you heard someone say that at some point. Regardless, you drive headfirst down into some worksheets from today. And I guess let's practice this. Let's do everything. You feel artistic and musical. Plus the song from the carnival of the animals has been stuck in your head since you heard it early in class. You pick up your bow and start playing. And I guess let's play some more soccer. So we'll play a little soccer. It seems like forever since you kicked around a soccer ball in the garage. Maybe it's time to dust off some of those doormat skills from middle school. Besides, getting outside is good for the body and the mind. That's enough for one day. Your throat is starting to feel a little scratchy. Maybe it's allergies. Anyway, you better get some rest. You shuffle into your bed and call it a night. You wake up the next morning totally unable to breathe. That is, until you open your mouth. Your nose is completely congested, and you can barely make a croaking sound without your throat burning. Yup, I'm sick. This blows. Firstly, you should sleep when you're sick. You let your eyelashes close as you drift in and out of consciousness. You fall back asleep. Your eyelids get heavier and heavier. Slowly, you drift off. Turns out this cold hit you harder than normal, and recovering takes longer than you are used to. You miss a full week of school while you're sick in bed, battling fever, congestion, and throat pain. 1 week later, you finally feel well enough to come back to school. You're excited to be back in the swing of things. You missed archery, you missed drama class, and almost all. You missed your friends. Speak of the devil, there's Sadie. Be dramatic. Sadie, my friend, my one and only friend, my one and only. I never thought I'd see your face after catching the cold nightmare of death. Haha. Okay, you're something. I know you're just kidding, but I seriously thought you died. Where you been? You explain how the last week of your life been spent battering sickness in your bed. Your only contact with the outside was when your mom came to give you medicine and food. Yuck. But you aren't still congested, right? No way. I haven't felt sick since Friday. I tried to explain to you, tried to text you, but I kind of lost my phone and the wad of tissues. Ray, that's disgusting. You but you are really better? Yeah, though. What? Nothing. I just wish I wasn't so tired. You go to the rest of your. Excuse me. You go to the rest of your classes for the day, eager to catch up with on some schoolwork. School is over. What should you do? Let's go work on writing with Sally. You travel the familiar path to Sally's house. Set up a shop with her on her dining table. You realize that if we wanted to, we could register to become a offline club with the school. Why would we want to do that? Well, we could use the classroom for meetings and maybe even get some money for snacks. Excuse me? What's wrong with my lovely home? And you have snacks right here. Stale Cheetos don't count. Whatever. Works for me. Now help me come up with a name for this new character in my story. She's a teenager princess who is also an assassin. Her mark is betrayed prince. A betrothed prince. I thought your story was about space ninjas. It is. Okay. All right. How about Cassie Ray or Alexander? Cassie. Ah, cute. All right. Okay. The two of you last and work on your stories until it's late and you're both tired. You thank Sally's parents and head back home. Since when you did, you got exhausted so quickly. Since when did you get exhausted so quickly? When you wake up the next morning, you're stuffy, have a fever, and a incredible headache. How are you sick again? You just got better. But it looks like the sickness is back for another round two. Ugh, I would give anything to stay in bed longer. There's a knock at your door. After a short pause, Mom comes in. I know you're not still in bed. It's nearly time for me to go to work. Mom, please. Mom, please. Ray, you're not looking so hot. I don't feel 100% better. Looks like the cold decided to stick around a little longer. Stay home. I'll call school and get you excused. You better sleep and let this bug pass. You want to argue, but you have a ton of schoolwork and a million club responsibilities, but the thought of going back to sleep is too tempering. Thanks, Mom. Mom smiles back and heads into the hallway. You fall asleep once more. Morning again. The sun steams through the window, forcing you to shield your eyes. I'm heading off to work. I'll leave some medicine on the nightstand. Feel better, sweetie. You grumble in response and fall back to sleep as he leaves. You wake up, groany and tired. You're very disorganized, and you have no idea much time. You have no idea much time has passed. You have no idea there much time. I think supposed to be you have no idea how much time has passed or how long you've been asleep. It seems late. Go to the bathroom. You look at yourself in the mirror and there's huge bags under your eyes. You turn on the tap on cold and splash some water in your face. You look up again and don't feel relieved. You frown and head downstairs. Your stomach is grumbling. You're not quite sure what you last ate. When you last ate. Sit down. We have some leftovers from dinner. Would you like me to reheat them? You know, your mom pulls out a plate and uncovers it before popping it in the oven. You stare blankly into the distance. Mom places the plate in front of you and then leans against the counter, watching as you start to eat. She's clearly confident, confused. Thank you. You finish your food and get up to leave the table. But before you go, you glance back around. I love you. You head back upstairs and go back to bed. You wake up again. Some time has passed, but you don't know how much. You roll over, body to the edge of the bed, but any more is not possible. Oh, waking up again, you realize you are no less tired than when you last slept. You have no clue how long you've been asleep. Get up. You just have the. Oh, come on. You rub some of the sleep from your eyes. Mom looks at you worried. You frowned. You going to the doctor, sweetie. Time to get up. You remember and she helps you get dressed. You stumble into the car. You and your mom's at the doctor's office. Here to see your primary care physical doctor, Harse? I don't know how to say it. Hard to say. What brings you in today? Mamas, please? So you're getting sick and endless sleep. Stumper of it all. Well, let's do some checkups and see if there's anything wrong. He has you open your mouth and say, ah. He checks your eyes, your ears, your nose. He pulls out his stethoscope and listens to your heart. He listens to you cough. He listens to you breathe. He takes your temperatures. He tests your reflexes. He takes your blood pressure. He sits back. Well, nothing seems to be wrong. You shaken the bug completely. You're in high school, aren't you? But you're in high school, aren't you? You're 14. Maybe this has something to do with your hormones. Or maybe you're just depressed. What the? You stare blankly. Mom frowns. She is not depressed. There's something wrong. I never seen her like this before. I know what she normally looks like. Something is not right. He sighs and scrambles something onto a pad of paper. He rips off 2 sheets. Here's two prescriptions. One for birth control and antidepressants. Maybe she'll get better. That's messed up. Did he seriously not believe me? I'm your mother. I know what I'm talking about. The nerve of that man. You said nothing. Choosing to stare out the window. We're going to have to look somewhere else. You mumble in agreement and then nod off to sleep. Chapter 2. That scared me. You blink slowly and start to wake up. You don't know how long it's been since you first got sick, but the days seem endless. Look at your phone. You check your phone to see you have a new message. It's your mom. Hey sweetie, don't forget you have a doctor's appointment at 1:30 today. I'll be by to pick you up at noon. Make sure you eat something. Oh no, she can't get up. Well, she goes back to sleep, and then hopefully have enough energy. You still feel like you have been hit by a truck. Nothing would feel better but slipping back into a temporary coma. You pull your covers back up to your chin. Let yourself doze off. Ray, wake up! You wake up suddenly to the noise of your mom's voice. She's shaking you by the shoulders and trying to get you up out of bed. Ray, you're going to be late for your doctor. To the doctor. Did you see my text message? Do as she say. You pull a hoodie over your head and put on a pair of sweatjeans while your mom brushes you out the door into the car. You feel uneasy as the two of you wait for the doctor to appear. Mom said he's an ENT doctor, but you're not sure what that stands for. Based on the large picture of the cross across of the head on the wall, you guess it stands for ear, nose, and doctor. Mom got we find from your primary care after he found out you have been congested and sick for a couple of days. I don't know why we're even here. 10 more minutes goes by. Hello, I'm Miss Dr. Clark. Mom goes over the samples she gave Dr. Harris. He listened and nodded uncomfortably as he affects you for a normal checkup process. Well, her ears and throat look fine. I need to take a closer look at her nose. He pulls out a long, thin device. It looks like a stick. He says it's a camera. And to get your great discomfort, he shoves it up your nose. Nope. Not really seeing anything here. He moves the stick around. It hurts a little, but it's mostly just weird. He leans back in his chair. Finally finished. You know what I think? I think she's a teenager. She had a cold, and now she's milking it for all she can. Her chart says she's on antidepressants already. So there's not much else I can do. Look, kid, you just have to stick it up. Go to school even if you're sick. You know, when I was a kid, I got the chicken pox and I still went to school. He rambled on for a bit as you zone out. Your mom stares at him in silence, but you tell that she carefully holding back her words. When he finishes his lecture, she calmly stands and walks out the room. You shuffled after her. You make a brief stop in the waiting room while mom takes care of the copay. Then you both head home. None of the wiser than you came. 7 days later. It's the weekend after your appointment. You rest in bed when your phone vibrates. It's a text from Sadie. Dude, we started new projects in art class. We start new projects in art class tomorrow. What's something awesome you could put on your wall? That's so sweet. Plus, you would be lying if you said you haven't been asking for some art from her for a while. A super space fan art. You hit send, and before you know it, there's a response. You got it, Captain. Just make sure you get back to school at some point to pick it up. Yeah, hopefully sooner than later. If you have anything to say about it. You hear your mom calling for you in the kitchen. You pocket your cell phone and get up from bed. Coming. Ah, look who came when called. Yeah, about what? That. What could you possibly want this early on a Sunday? Right, it's 2 p.m. Oh. I need to bring a dish to potluck. A dish to the potluck at work tomorrow. Since you're spent the few weeks in your room, I figured you might want to help. I don't know, I'm still tired, Mom. Mom sighs heavily. Alright, I hope you choose something people will actually eat. Salad What's a green bean casserole? Green bean casserole. What is this? What does it look like? Ooh. Yeah, you know what? They probably eat that. Right, I said that people will actually eat. Green pea casserole is great. You get the trick everyone into thinking it's heavy by putting a vegetable in its title. What the lady wants, the lady gets. Hey, maybe you could prepare the rest of the ingredients while I run to the store to grab onions? Sure, and while I'm at it, I give you $1 million. Hey, it's worth a thought. You and Mom giggles as she turns back to the fridge. 7 weeks later. You and your mom have another doctor appointment. The whole process of starting the scene worth like a cycle missing school is now getting going nowhere. It's getting nowhere. But you guess finding an answer is worth it. Apparently, there's a chance that this whole energy series is a problem with your heart. So you and to see a graph stick today. The doctor listens to your heart and your breath. It seems alright, but let's do a cardiogram and a heart ultrasound just to make sure. You lay down on the table. The tech reaches with 2 different electrons to your head and your chest for the cardiogram. You lie there and feel like a potato battery. After a few minutes, you usher into another room for a ultrasound. You take your shirt off and the tech pushes down on your chest with a device covered in cold gel. I had one of those before. I don't remember where it happened, but I had one of those before. I think it was for my allergies. She keeps looking at different angles and it hurts your ribs. You wait at the pressure and squeeze your eyes shut, trying to go somewhere else in your mind. You see your heart show up on the back in white markers. It seems small. It seems small. The nurse examines it. Well, you have a tiny heart murmur. Okay, now you guys don't really know what that word is. Murmur. You have a tiny heart murmur, but it's really small. I don't think it has anything to worry about. Definitely not the issue here. Great, another dead end. Your phone lights up. There's a reminder in your calendar. Find play audience. Damn, you really want to find out for the lead, but you haven't had the time or energy to prepare something. Maybe you'll feel better next week and you can find something in time. There's also a text from Sadie. You, me, super base sailors Martian this week. We can finish the whole season if we watch non-stop for 24 hours. That would be so much fun, but you know that you just don't have the energy to get to said place, let alone stay up with her for hours on end. Let's rain check, Sally. I got so much to catch up on the wing. Because you don't want to annoy people. You send a text and tuck your phone away, staring out the car window. The doctor appointments are weighing you down. You're not sure if it is worth it anymore, but you still wish you had an answer. Do you keep searching? Yes, of course. We had a few dead ends, but someone gotta come up with something. Sure, were some bad apples. Maybe the next doctor would be better. Seven weeks later. You wake up and find yourself in your room. Everything seems kind of peaceful. Weird. You glaze at the dark. 8:48. This does not Blonde, well, for your 8 o'clock class. 9 o'clock class. Mom? There's no response. She must already left for work. You grab your nearest article of clothes. Oops. I just dropped my phone. At least nothing got broke. I arrive in class a solid 45 minutes late. You slam your backpack down and pull out your notes. The rest of something for booking it to class has gone wired. As fast as you can, you start scribbling down the notes on the whiteboard. Okay. Adjectives, nouns, modifier. They describe a noun, other, disruptive verb, and other modifiers. Examples include. Oh, Ray. Huh? Sally? Dude, it's time for PE. Wait, what? Oh gosh. Did you fall asleep? Yeah, can I borrow your notes? I mean, sure, but you seem like you made good progress already. What? You look at your notebook in front of you, and sure enough, there's a line of notes written on the page. Barely something, but still there. Whoa, did I write these in my sleep? Oh my gosh. That is like a superpower. I would kill to be able to do that. You're not sure. You're not how sure you feel about the statement, but you brush it off. Since you awoke, you're feeling refreshed. As weird as the nap was, it gives you enough as a boost to make it through the rest of the school day. 7 weeks later. Mom got a recommendation for a Homer Scott's doctor, Miss Dr. Worth, a something medical as a concert doesn't exist. Click in your mind. But at this point, you're getting desperate for answers. His office is in a nice part of town, and it is hard to find parking. As you walk in, you notice that the office is covered in bold pillows. His Harvest Disagree sits on the wall in a nice frame. Dr. Worf listens to this line. He says he has some idea what might be going wrong in order to get some blood tests. You go to the selection of the office where the phlebotomist, aka the person who draws your blood. She pulls up your hoodie sleeve and ties your arm off. This affects the bend of your arm. She tells you there are 6 vials. They need 11 vials of blood today. You nod, she slides the needle in, but you don't look. After you get your blood drawn, you meet up with your mom at the front desk. Apparently, the doctor recommends some specially supplies that he also spells in-house. You watch as the price tag climbs up with each additional bottle. You find out that, of course, that you're not covered by insurance. Your mom pays for the something price, and then the two of you head home. 7 days later. You spent the next week downing extra supplies, vitamins, meals, where powder you mix with apple juice. You name it. Some of them taste gross. Some of them taste like, some of them are the size of horse peels, but you swallow them all. With your previous meds and your new supplement combine, you have a personality postal 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 personality medical chart tabbed to the inside of your cabinet. There, your morning pill is 7, your lunch pill is 5, and your night pill is 9, and a whooping total of 21 pills a day. If these pills are supposed to make you feel better, why do you feel so much worse all the time? Okay, she had been sick for at least 2 months now. Maybe 3. You and your mom are back to see Miss Dr. Worf. He pulls out some pieces of paper and they have your name on top, as well as a bunch of tables with all sorts of numbers on it. Do you know what these are? A chart of some kind? Right. It shows the high level of liver exponents. He jives. He dones off a bit about how something activities have a side effect that are evident to in many ways. Teenagers often fail to realize that the stress that they place on their bodies have lasting effects. Seems cool. It's very more important than their health. Wait a minute. What? There's no easy way to say this. Your daughter is sniffing glue. What? What? Excuse me? I'm not. Honestly, something of the propel strikes you more than you're willing to admit. You, Kim Ray, the druggist getting high. The druggie getting high behind the dumpster after 5th period. Maybe if you planted that rumor in school, you start gaining some sweet credits, except in the fact that total 0 people would believe it. I understand that this is hard to hear, but catching it early is a first step to recovery and conversion. Mom cuts him off by standing. Thank you for the advice. Good day. Mom, it is over? This is again. You follow Mom out the door, leaving Miss Dr. Wolf shaking his head. The silence of piety. I'm not sniffing. I know. Because I would never. I know. Great. What a complete, utter waste of time. Your phone lights up and it's an email for Mr. Jeffrey Tired. See me for exam schools. Shoot. The only time Mr. Jeffson asks to see students is when they're failing. This is not a good day to be missing school again. There's also a text from Sadie. You're not dying, are you? Someone asked us starting a rumor that we're dying. It was Karen Merpley. So, of course, I don't believe her. But still, you would tell me, right? Karen Merpley. If you had the mental energy, you would be mad, but you wouldn't be. But you be mad, but you would be. Not dying. Zoom. You send a text and tuck your phone away, going back to look out the window. Well, so much for this doctor appointment being better than the rest. In fact, this doctor may have been even worse. The only thing these doctors have done was make assumptions about who you are, and a grand total of none of them have helped in the slightest. Why can't someone just tell me what's wrong already? Do you keep searching? Yes. Despite everything, the chance of finding out what's wrong is still worth it for now. Until it's not. But I'm going to keep hitting, keep searching. It's midday. You can tell the minute you open your eyes from the sun shining through the window. You've not been to school any day this week or last week. You didn't even want to think about all the makeup assignment that you are going to have when you finally go back. If you ever go back. Sometimes I feel like this sickness will last forever. Rolling out the bed, you see your cello across the room. It's been a while since you played it, but nothing would make you happier. You grab your backpack and take out a sheet music. The sheet music your orchestra instructor sent you. No time like the present. An hour of practice will help you keep up with the rest of them. Then I get to rehearsal again. Rehearse again. You take out your cello from its case and pick up your bow, preparing to start the piece. The notes are long, flattering, and it feels amazing to play. But before long, your arms posture on the elbow weight you down. Your muscles ache from moving the bow back and forth. You look at the clock. Only 20 minutes in, and I feel tired before any of this. You set your cello back in its case and take a break. But you don't know why you thought it would actually practice. You could actually practice normally, especially given how you've been feeling lately. 7 weeks later. You're going to see a blood doctor today. You don't know that there's anywhere doctors that just study blood. You were ready for another run of the mild experience, similar to the ones you've had before. Ray Kim? You nod, but the doctor doesn't even lift her glasses from the files in her hand. She lifts her eyes over her rectangular glasses to get a better look at you. Looks back down at the files with her notes. Then back at you. Then back down. I think it might be Lyme's disease. It's pretty rare, but not if you've been in an area with ticks. But it's worth checking out. I'll order a blood test. You almost took it back from the effortless of the doctor appointment. She didn't even touch you or come close enough to get a good look at you. Maybe she's just not just that good or that bad. Your phone lights up, and there's a text from your orchestra instructor. Regretfully, you've been cut from the upcoming recital and not attending enough rehearsals. You feel tears streaming at your eyes as you pull your phone away. There's also a text from Sally. Sally. Hey. Hey, can't talk. You send back and tuck your phone away. Stare out the window and try not to think about how much you wish you could play in the Riksgado. Today was a complete burst. You searching? Yes. You look at Mom, desperate, everything. She's still your strongest rival. She might be the only one on your side at all. She fights so hard for you, but makes it determined to keep going. Another doctor it is. 7 weeks later. School is tomorrow. You haven't had much time to prepare, but there is some programs you still have memorized from last time. What do you want to use? Antigon. Nice. You pull out a script and start flipping over through it until you find a chunk of text that works for this audio. Then you get to work. Hours later, you lay back on your bed, having memorized and practiced your audience to your heart tired, and you set your alarm and climb into bed and ready for tomorrow. The next day. Ready. Your eyes open to find your cheeks and in your breast pricks. Huh? What happened? Well, I'm not an expert, but I believe you fell asleep in your breakfast. Ugh. You raise out your chair and wipe some of the breakfast off your face. Your mom watches you carefully. Even walking to the sink tires you out. You lean against the counter, trying to rub some of the sleep from your eyes. Honey, I really don't think you should go. You should be going to school today. Audience? I know, but your choice. She's right. You know she's right. But it doesn't make you hurt any less. You can barely function this morning. There's no way you're going to make it this afternoon. Alright. 7 weeks later. I had no idea that there's so many types of specialists for doctors. But here you are, and how somehow you made your way to an infection disease doctor. Oh my. Mom launches into the same sprint as before. This doctor doesn't even have the ability to talk to your face. She talks over your head directly to your mom, showing her the series of lymph sheets with charts and graphs on them. Rude. Mom noticed your sour expression. So Ray, what do you think of all this? Miss Solis, as it said on her coat, turns and gives you an obvious forced smile. Oh, you don't have to worry about the fine details. I'm sure they go over your head anyway. You sit there taking a breath right as Miss Dr. Le turns back to Mom. Excuse me. I may be a kid, but I'm not stupid. You sit there while your mom smiles and nods at the doctor. Dr. Lin thinks you probably have something, but it's not an infection or a disease. Yeah, I could really have told you that one, genius. Ooh. This implies the lack of an infection or disease. She writes you an offline doctor note to excuse you for the amount of days you have missed. The second the appointment is over, you be lying out the door. Neither you are happy about the. Neither of you are happy about the appointment. You just had, or the money you just spent. You look at the notes in your hand. An offline suit for the missing class. The note reads, Infection Disease Clinic, in bold black letters at the top. It looked intimidating, but you suppose that it affects enough. After missing so much school, you need something to show a minute that you didn't get expelled. Mom looks at you. You look back at Mom. She squeezes your hand tightly, and her eyes are less brighter than they were before. She would never show it, but the concern blasting the doc. I'm getting tired. Considered barging the doctors of talking a troll to her as well. You can only be treated like a science experience for as long before you snap. It seems like no matter how hard you try, there are a dozen things in the way of finding answers. You just wish things could go back to normal. That you could leave behind the world of doctor's appointments for good. You're just so tired. Mom drops you off at school to turn in your doctor note. It feels like years since you've been here. You wish you can go back for good. After dropping off your doctor note in the front office, you head to the hallway to see if you could find any of your friends. Lo, behold, Sally standing right there at her locker, loading books into her bag. Cassie, say hi. You walk up to the locker, trying not to shock her too much. You put on a soft smile. Hi. Sally turns around and breaks into a smile too. Hey, stranger. It's been a minute, hasn't it? She slides her backpack over her shoulder and pulls you into a hug. I was worried about you never coming back, and would just fade into a background never to be seen again. Which made me wonder, what would happen if you're to your locker? Would they authenticate it off in Star Sport, or does it go to the next of kin? You laugh as her dazzled face. Man, she really hasn't changed at all. Good. It's all good to my parents, duh. Although you could probably steal some stuff before they got to it. I know how much you want my watercolor pencils. I would never, unless you are offering. In which case, I would definitely take those off your hands. You both burst into giggles. So, now that you're back, we have some catching up to do. You have to hear the hot gossip that Mankeys is dishing. You smile falls. Actually, I'm only stopping by today. I got a doctor note to excuse me how much school I've been missing. Sally deflates. Oh, I just thought. No, it's fine. You take all the time you need, but what is it? You haven't actually told me what you have. Is it contagious? Is that why you spend so much time away from school? I don't want to explain anything to get another person. I didn't want to explain anything to get another person, but Sadie is my friend. She means well. You lunges into a summer of your life since the beginning of fall. The sleeping, the doctors, the pills, the endless numbers of tests. How describes this course all is how you wish you could just get an answer. She nods along without saying anything. Actually, I have an appointment with a doctor that specializes in hormones. They might think of something that will help. Might? Well, yeah. I don't know. I just keep sketching that anything will help. Maybe it's your diet. When I don't eat enough, I feel tired. That's not really, or maybe you aren't exercising enough. My mom says young people like us need to run around and tire ourselves out in order to get a good night's sleep. Rest. Well, drink water. Drinking water can help your body stay awake and get ready for the day. I read that in a health help guide. You read yourself health guide. You read self help guides? No, or unless I don't used to. I didn't used to. After you stopped coming to school, I wanted to help, so I read some up on some. I got a book in the library called 1001 Diseases You Could Have and Not Know. She pulls out a textbook from her backpack and shoves it into your hands. It's pretty healthy and to be carried around just in case you saw each other. You can tell that she puts a lot of effort on you, and this isn't really what you want to hear after unless the doctor's just visit. Sally scuffles her waist back and forth. Her weight back and forth. She obviously wants to say something, but is clearly uncomfortable. Actually, have you heard of Psycho Visit? Okay, I'm gonna end it here. It's been over an hour I've been reading this. So, bye guys. Have a great day and have fun. See you in part 2. How do I save game? Bye.